Hello, and welcome to the channel. I am your girl, Tyrabell, and welcome to this live pick a card reading. Today we're going to have 4 piles. So we have the Thoth deck, is pile number 1. Pile number 2 is the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. Pile number 3 is the Ethereal Visions Tarot Luna Edition. And pile number 4 is the Vision Quest deck. Remember that your disclaimer that readings are for confirmation of what your intuition is telling you. So if you hear anything that's not resonating with you, please discard. Always go with what your intuition is telling you and try a different pile, or you can always try a different reading. I have a whole playlist of all my readings, and every reading is timeless, so when you find it is when you're meant to find it. I'm not into forcing messages. So, take what you need, and hopefully I'm here to offer some clarity through my own intuition and my own guidance system. I hope you guys are having a great day, and hopefully a good holiday season if you're watching currently at the time frame that I'm at right now filming this. I always offer live readings, and they're $10. They happen in between the piles, and I have all the payment methods down below. And I am available at this time for personal readings. I find that this is a really good time to book a personal, especially if you're looking for clarity for the next year, as we wrap up this year, and clarity about some of the themes around this year. So yeah, tap in with me if you are interested in that, and you can let me know what type of reading you're looking for. Otherwise, get comfortable, and if you feel called to more than one pile, just embrace it. Listen to all of the piles if you need to. When choosing a pile, just listen to your intuition and what pops into your mind first, which number or which deck you feel drawn to. Let's get into it. Pile number 1, I'm going to start shuffling, and if you're no longer live with me, you can always jump down to the description at this point. You guys know the drill. My chair is so squeaky. I apologize, guys. Hello, hello. Pile number 1, you chose the Thoth Tarot. And welcome to your reading. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially afterwards, after you hear this message. If you're vibing with it, feel free to join the family if you haven't already, and like the video. It really helps me out and helps our channel out. Again, thank you for being here. Someone is working towards or already owns a home, so property taxes, that's surfacing. If you're new here, I channel prior to getting into the tarot, and I will show you the cards, don't worry. So I'm hearing property taxes. Someone is about to exceed expectations in some sort of area of their life as well. Someone manages a building or owns property. There is some sort of like segregation that is apparent to you in your life at this time, some sort of separation, maybe even some sort of like poor behavior. Someone is very multifaceted that chose this pile. You have multiple strengths in different areas, and I wanted to get emotional as I said that, so make sure you're grounding yourself and acknowledging that maybe you're meant to flourish in more than one area at this time, especially if like it's been a difficult journey. It might spark some emotion, or you might be going through an emotional time. Someone I'm hearing fairy-esque. Shout out to the people who believe in the fae, but maybe you have like a wardrobe that's fairy-esque, or you might look very fae-like or whimsical in some way. Only take what resonates. I can feel someone's listening and like, okay, that doesn't resonate with me. That's fine. Someone needs to hear that like challenging times don't necessarily mean bad times. Like, don't associate challenge with something like hardship or difficulty. Sometimes a challenge or some sort of adversity is not as harmful or as difficult as we anticipate. I'm gonna have a drink really quick. Maybe someone here fears responsibility. So feeling like the responsibility that comes with challenge can be hard. But I think it's coming from a place where like there's just a lot of fear in the way. Easier said than done, right? Facing our fears. So I'm just hearing like be more optimistic. Let's get into it. The first card we have is the Knight of Swords. This is someone who is fighting for their position. I want to say that this is within some sort of commitment, romantic or partnership. So it could be work related as well, but I think it's romantic. So maybe you feel a bit ambitious. You feel like you're not sure. Maybe you're not sure of the outcome, but you have a desired outcome in mind. You have some sort of dedication to an idea, a goal, and some sort of commitment. Make sure that you are respecting other people's boundaries, respecting your own boundaries, and treating people kindly, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Acknowledge any toxic masculinity or possessiveness. But there's someone fighting for some sort of position, commitment. It requires some sort of ambition, like reaching beyond, maybe a specific limit in order to achieve a desired outcome. Knight of Swords. There are changes occurring with this Wheel of Fortune, and this could literally just be changing of the seasons. And usually changing of the year. The Wheel of Fortune can also mean like some sort of gift coming in, but I'm seeing that especially this Knight of Swords energy, you may not be seeing things clearly, and there might be some sort of like emotional turmoil. Maybe you think that you're giving into some sort of false hope because of the intimidation around the desired outcome. So there is a blessing in this, regardless, some sort of karmic fortune, some sort of good fortune, but maybe you're not seeing it clearly because you might be entertaining some false options. You might be lost in emotional confusion and letting your emotions cloud your judgment. But I don't think that it's going to take very long for you to start seeing the changes and seeing the change as good change. Also, whatever is shifting, it still is going to require your patience. So someone's very hasty, very focused, and it's important that you detach and allow things to unfold. That way you won't make poor choices, especially if there's a lot of options. You want to make the right choices at this time. There may be some sort of ending. So we have the Death card. There could be some sort of ending with an Empress. So this could be a mother, or this can be a partner. Some sort of ending where it would create some sort of difficulty or ego death. And I'm not seeing the Judgment here, but the Judgment card represents like a moment of heightened awareness around something that's maybe not serving you and clarity on how to get back on track. So maybe after a moment of judgment, you've had to clear out some, like it looks like this skeleton is kind of cleansing out some of these old spirits, these old souls. So someone may need to like sage their space or buy some incense. But there's some sort of like cleansing, letting go, starting over. And with that letting go is releasing these heavier, denser aspects of self, an ego death, to rebuild the ego or rebuild the self without all these attachments or without all these ghosts in the closet, you know? So the shedding isn't easy, but it's necessary. And it's surrounding some sort of Empress. Maybe this is someone you travel with or you desire to travel with. And the letting go is necessary. There will be karmic reward as these shifts occur. But someone is traveling, and maybe you will find as well that you may meet someone traveling, or while you're away from home. And also, you might find that while you are traveling, you have ego deaths that maybe bring you closer to a sense of empathy or femininity in a way. Maybe healing from any mother wounds. Let's get some clarity. What is this here? So yes, this is to improve a karmic contract with like a soulmate. Pile number 1. And it's so that you can be victorious. So whatever healing work you're doing or ego deaths you're experiencing, you might be releasing like an old version of yourself or an old life. It is so that you can be improved for some sort of connection. And I want to say even have victory in a connection. Have successful commitments and contracts with people. I want to say so you can see yourself in other people and see yourself clearly without any emotional turmoil clouding your judgment, feeling worthy of some sort of karmic rewards or gifts. And you will be traveling with this person, or traveling very soon. Someone has like commitments overseas. So if this is work related, like you have a commitment, a job that may be taking you overseas, filling up your passport for some sort of contract. And again, it's a part of transforming yourself, and it might be heavy due to any shadow work that has gone undone. But it's worth it because there are physical rewards to this work, to shedding, to letting go, and bettering yourself for whatever these contracts are, especially if they are romantic. So we have the adjustments card, and the adjustments card is the Mayat scales of justice, right? So be careful how you play the game, because Mayat kind of represents this overseer that watches us and balances out the karmic balance, the karmic justice. And you want to tame any lustful desires or low vibrational. If you don't resonate with low vibrational, it's like petty drama. It could be like it can also be our own low self-esteem reaching for like low-hanging fruit, or bad habits in some way that we think are feeding our ego but really feed us in a very toxic way. So you want to be in a tempered state, and it will be made clear to you what needs to be balanced out, what needs adjustment, right? And in those moments that you're having to face maybe your internal primitive self, or a bad habit, or a lustful, greedy desire or something, right? These are examples. Refuse to give up. Make sure that you're looking for the lesson in the situation. And this is how you get to that karmic adjustment, that balance. That's how you shift. So you really want to tame anything that's not balanced and is steering you in a direction that may not serve you. You want to have control over your inner stirrings and control over your desire. And that really strengthens us and actually improves our confidence, our real self-esteem and confidence, right? So especially if you're going through a hard time, make sure you're sharing your lessons if you have any sort of like social media platform, or if you have a podcast, if you have a space, a journal even, a friend, a cohort that you talk to, share. Or if you do like public speaking in any way, make sure you're lighting the space up with the information that you're learning. The more that you're putting that out there, and the more people are seeing you, they're going to resonate with you, and bringing that good energy to other people will bring you good karma. So make sure you're sharing what you're learning at this time, and I think that this will help you stay on track, stay focused, and not fall short to any sort of quick validation, you know? So be open to receiving at this time. You are going to receive some sort of blessing for the work that you've been doing. Maybe this work you're already doing. I'm just confirming to you, like, stay on track, stay focused, stay balanced. Let's get some confirming oracle. The song that's playing now is Watch Me While I Bloom. And she's saying how lucky I feel to be in my body, how lucky I feel to feel a positive charge. So, feeling confidence, feeling that sense of esteem in having, I want to say, control over your reactions, your actions, and knowing that inner work is how one changes and blooms for the better, right? And she says, I'm a light in spite of me, and I'm on the move. Especially if you're dealing with doubts, I would check out this song. It's a good one for motivation. Someone's very ambitious in this pile, and just learn around along the way, learn around the circumstances, because that's really the meat and the potatoes. That's really what you're here for. But yeah, I want to say there is growth here, pile number one. If you were worried, like, am I growing? Is this improving? Yes, there is growth, and it's making you a better collaborator. It's making it easier to coexist with, someone or something, or, it is bettering you. So we have dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that is deep and lasts till morn, wondrous dreams for days be reborn. So just know that if you're called to take more naps, if you're called to rest more, sleep more, you are doing some sort of healing work in your dream state, rejuvenating your cells. So take up that space, rest. This really is a time of rest, even though a lot of us end up going into go mode. I think it is the time to get things done as well, but don't forget, we should be hermiting just a little, and make sure you're keeping track of your dreams. I want to say you might receive some clarity, some downloads. And what else, Spirit? Someone is a beautiful, like, they look really pretty when they sleep. So if you have a partner, maybe you're being admired while you nap, while you sleep. Yeah, someone might be literally being watched while they're sleeping. Also keeping plants or flowers in the bedroom would be a good idea at this time. So we have spend some quality time together. It is imperative that we spend quality time with those we are in a significant relationship with, listening and talking to each other. So spending quality time with someone that is important to you is necessary. It looks like these two are on like a date. So date night you might be due for a date night. You might be just thinking about spending quality time with someone, or you could be spending quality time with like friends or family at this time. So I would say balancing your social life and your rest is important. Pile number one. And the last card we have is the card that says long term. So I want to say, pile number one, you have like long-term commitments on your mind. And, maybe you're worried. You're just feeling like maybe intimidated. And maybe giving into a little bit of like stress or self-limitation. And tame that beast, tame the fear, tame the resistance, affirm what you're learning, especially around commitment or long-term contracts, things like this. Let's get one more, actually. Sorry, pile number one. Okay, we have the prayer. So talk to God. Connect with your team, your spirit team, if you believe in that. I would say too, like, your rest state is kind of a prayer. Like, I believe that our soul returns to like where we've come from, partially. So again, paying attention to your dreams, but also maybe set intentions before you go to bed, praying before bed, talking to God in any way necessary at this time. Think of a question, pile number one. It can be any question at all. And pause this video if you need a little bit more time to think of a question. Anything you feel is unanswered. Your answer is no. And whatever you asked, you may be playing it a little bit too safe. So, strength, you need to show up in a little bit more confidence and believe, pray about it. Improve your faith around the circumstance or the person or the situation. Pile number 1. So I hope that this resonated. I hope that this helped. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below a ring if this resonated. And we're going to move on to pile number 2. I have a feeling, pile number 1, that you may be drawn to more than one pile. So go for it if you need more clarity. All right, we're on to pile number 2. Okay. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to the channel. I'm your girl, Tyrabell. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Before we get into this message, you chose the Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm literally kind of stumbling and avoiding talking as we go, so I'm gonna channel, and then we'll get into the cards. So someone has a crush here. Someone has feelings for someone. This feels like new romantic love. So if that was on your heart, you chose the right pile. And it feels like hesitation. It feels like a little bit of like stumbling over the words. I want to say, make sure you're not forcing anything. Make sure you're in flow. Make sure you're being authentic. Even pay attention to people's motives. Pay attention to the happenings. Be generous, be genuine, and I want to say anticipate that same thing. That way you will notice if anything's off. Make sure you're moving in gratitude, especially if you've experienced a lot of difficulty or different things in love that may have created any resentments. someone may have like lost a job in the recent past. I'm also hearing making amends. So this could be a relationship coming back around, but maybe it's maybe there was some sort of false start and you feel like it's going to feel like a new connection. And they're saying pile 2 to be brave. I want to say there's some sort of clarity here around the way that you feel or the way that someone feels. It's either coming in or it's already happening for you. And also with this pile, I do feel a sense of like calm. So maybe like you've been trying to find your zen. You've been really getting into a relaxed state. Doing breathing. I just feel really zen, really calm, really relaxed. The song that's playing is Dream by Al Green, and it's a very dreamy, relaxed, slow song. I'm hearing the name Gordana. Only take what resonates. Okay, let's get into it. So, we have this King of Candles, and this is someone who's maybe gone through some sort of transformation to become who they are. You may know, or you may be well known by the people in your community, or even just like your family members might put you up on some sort of pedestal. King of Candles, you might have like a very authoritative position, and maybe it's because of your compassion and your care. You may just be a handsome guy or girl, a handsome person. So this King of Candles is usually someone who's very like a prominent figure in their in their community. There may be some healing work happening within this King of Candles. If this is you or someone else, you could be cross-watching, where they are healing their ability to sense things and use their sixth sense. So people don't realize, like, we always associate water signs to being intuitive. Fire signs are also very intuitive. So this is like a Sag Leo or Sag Leo and Aries. And even if you're not that sign, you may have these elements in your chart. So, and we are also in Sagittarius season, I realize. So whenever you're watching this, you may be reconnecting with your sixth sense. Remembering that you have the ability to maybe perceive things before they happen or pick up on intuitive hits. But to be able to strengthen that ability, one has to acknowledge their own internal depth and kind of master being someone who can heal their own psyche in a way, like be their own shaman. So being a person who is strengthened in their intuitive ability can mean strengthening their own inner high priestess, the ability to heal themselves and repair their own psychic nature. Especially if this wasn't built up in childhood, right? So there's some sort of healing work happening, and it's bringing some sort of harmony and completion in to this King of Candles life. This could also be reconciling and coming into union with some sort of feminine energy. If that is the case, coming into alignment with some sort of high priestess energy, if that is the case, it could be a man and a female coming together for some sort of like harmony, union, but it would require deep healing work to achieve this. And this would be something that you would be aware of. So only take where it resonates. We have the Five of Potions. So there was something that happened, some sort of toxic behavior, toxic situation that brought up feelings of disappointment or failure. And the beauty in the Five of Cups is that not all is ever lost. There's always new opportunity on the horizon, but we do have to hit that moment of maybe feeling like there is no hope to kind of almost renew our own emotional body. So maybe you have been celibate for a while, pile number 2, or if you're cross-watching, maybe you have been isolated for a while, and it could have been because of some sort of third-party situation, either that you initiated or someone else was initiating around you or partaking in around you. And maybe this created some sort of like hermitude where you're like, I can't tolerate this anymore, and I can't put myself at risk anymore, right? So you may have retreated for a while to deal with this disappointment. And Spirit is just reminding you that, again, this new opportunity that's here for you is going to require that you be open to being vulnerable, that you value your sexual energy, and that you're using your sexual energy to heal others and to heal yourself from disappointments. So it is safe to indulge, especially if you've taken time to hermit. And maybe that's something that you are learning at this time, and a lesson that you've already acquired. So if that is so, this is your confirmation, and it is now safe to indulge. It is safe to practice safe, healthy sex with a partner, or maybe someone may be taking their commitments to a new level. It could be as simple as that. But think the song Sexual Healing, if the other narrative resonates. So we have this 4 of Candles, and this is like harmony. For some people it's celebration, so it could be like a literal party. It could be a marriage, union, coming together. But it's harmony after some sort of completion of a cycle. And maybe you had to release some sort of bad foundations, poorly built foundations, in order to get to this space. And one thing I kept hearing was time isn't linear. So maybe you're learning as things kind of stable off or feel more secure, feel more harmonious, is that, there's always time. There's always time. Especially maybe that disappointment really did shift your perspective and help you move beyond any like dramatic, even just thoughts or circumstances, right? So there was a Tower moment. There was something difficult that fell away from your life, but maybe it brought you this sense of harmony or celebration, and it is something to celebrate. I want to say, don't doubt if there's a new person in your life or connection. Don't doubt them. Also, if you've had someone on your mind a lot, don't doubt what you're picking up, your intuition. So again, going back to the beginning of the message, trust your intuition. Be grateful for the things that you pick up on a psychic and intuitive level. That way you won't, I want to say, stifle yourself, doubt yourself. You won't be in denial. So just be grateful for the things that you know. The things that you know. Right? So we have this 2 of Needles. This can be indecision, especially because of any heartbreak you may have experienced, and you may be closing off because of that heartbreak. Also, you can call in support. I heard creative support, but also I wanted to say spiritual support, and pray that you have justice, that you have more courage, that you have the strength, and also to pray for separating from things that you don't really need or that don't support you at this time, especially if it's creating more indecisiveness, doubt, heartbreak. And I keep hearing dramatic. So maybe you've dealt with people that have called you dramatic or didn't take your feelings seriously, or maybe you yourself kind of perceive your own emotional state as dramatic or your intuition as crazy or dramatic. And it's really time to address that. And if it's connected to some sort of heartbreak, heal so you can be more clear and more decisive at this time. More grounded, they're saying. So harmony is the big word for you, Pal 2. Harmony. Don't resist it. Let's get some clarifiers from the Oracle. The song that's playing now is High Low by Chloe and Halle. And she's just talking about how she embraces her highs, or they're talking about how they embrace the highs and the lows. Also, tower moments, if you don't really know the tarot, a tower moment is like the falling away of a faulty foundation, and it could be a triggering circumstance or situation. And it's not easy to hear, but sometimes triggers can open up our psychic nature. It can get us back in alignment with more truth, more like spiritual intelligence, right? So, and the more we improve our spiritual intelligence in a very 3D world, the more we improve our integrity. So, again, don't give into too much doubt, especially if things are getting shaken up or they have been in the recent past. So we have embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. So don't judge how you feel, and also don't judge other people's feelings or emotions, you know? And she's riding on this unicorn. It's like, I'm hearing life should be a breeze, but even as I say that, I'm doubting it. So maybe it's like you think that it should be easier than it is. And to be honest, I think Spirit is saying you're right. And a part of that is going to be not to shove down the way that you feel. And our feelings are connected to our emotions. So there's psychic protection. It says, around me now a shield of gold protecting me strong and bold. So especially if things have been shaken up recently in the recent past, know that you're protected, and some changes are protecting us from other things. Someone may be also just feeling a little triggered or like a little resistant. So it's time to start feeling a little bit more safe in your space, in your own mind, in order to, I want to say, hear your intuition more clearly, right? So we have joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Make sure you're fixating on the things that bring you more joy. I just feel a lot of self-doubt in this pile, a lot of flip-flopping energy. So if you really focus in on something that brings you that joy, you're going to feel more in alignment. But you also might be getting some good news very soon, pile number 2. The song that's playing now is Protection by Peachka, Peach with 2 Ks at the end, A. So I'm protected from my head, be exposed, the evil doer or the evil deed be exposed. Very synchronistic song to come in on this pile. So don't steer away from your own sensitivity, creativity, gentleness, introspection, shyness or passivity. Really embrace it at this time. Don't try to avoid those more feminine traits. And I want to say call in that psychic protection so you feel safe enough to do so. This card says, they say if you dream a thing more than once, it's sure to come true. And it's a quote from the Sleeping Beauty movie. So maybe you want to listen to that song. Remain in your cheerfulness, your good-heartedness, and your gracefulness. I think that maybe you might be having dreams or feeling a calling towards something, and it's time to believe that it's possible. And it's requiring you to be a little bit more vulnerable. And maybe you're not feeling confident to do so. And maybe you're feeling a little bit burnt out. Pile number 2. Let me know if that resonates. Let's get one more. Trust the path. Pile number 2. Trust the path that you're on. It's not a good time to doubt. So the last card we have is the Eternal Child. And in the middle, there's a big sunshine between the baby's arms. So for me, it's like the solar plexus. And the colors even, it's like a reminder to be playful, to be gentle with oneself. Really nurture yourself at this time. I want to say, again, they're just stressing, don't doubt your intuition. And, especially if you had people around you in childhood that treated you in a very neglectful way or ignored your emotions or how you felt, don't do that to yourself as an adult. Like, it didn't serve you then, and it's not going to serve you now. So you have to be that willful over the habit of neglecting your emotions. And this is where your fire comes from, your true fire, your true confidence. So harvest your own creative energy. Creative energy is also sexual energy. And that's how babies are made. So, someone's got to tap into this eternal child energy. And I want to say, be a little bit more willful, playful, innocent, gentle. Yeah. So don't play it too safe, pile number 2. And if you feel called to another pile, I guarantee there's a message there for you. Think of a question and pause this video if you need a little bit more time. Any question that you feel is unanswered. Your answer, pile number 2, is yes. I hope it was a good yes. The song that's playing now is Emotions by Elliot Trent. I'm going to have you going through the motions. Check it out if you want to. But maybe you need to move through your own emotions. Maybe you need to bring joy to others through, being embodied. Maybe you're a bit of a heartbreaker, pile number 2. And there might be something that's calling for you to give it more time, attention, validation, commitment. So every single pile, there's been a through line. I wonder if it's going to carry out through all the piles. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to this video, to the channel. It's really appreciated. And if this resonated, could you comment down below a fireball emoji? And remember what I said, if you're a fire sign especially, that fire is also connected to intuition. I think all the signs are intuitive, but fire and water for me are the highest intuitive elements. So fireball emoji if this resonated. And we're going to move on to pile number 3. Thank you for being here, pile number 2. I hope that this helped. all falling out. Let's see. Be a little bit more patient with it. Oh, that's right in the pile. Hello, pile number 3. You chose the Ethereal Visions Tarot. And I do channel just a bit before I start the messages, reading the tarot. And right off the bat, first of all, the cards are just spilling and jumping out. So you might feel like your guides or your intuition is just really on point right now, or like you're just getting a lot of downloads, a lot of information from spirit. Also, only take what resonates from what you hear in this message. Also, there might be a test of your authenticity at this time, of how you show up in a space to be full, to be whole, and not to, I want to say, let your guard down or show up half-heartedly. Trust that your hard work is going to pay off. Make sure you are putting in the work for the right reasons. Check your intentions. I want to say brace yourself for some sort of change. Pile number 3. And this pile is like moving at a way quicker speed than the last pile. So there might be some sort of quick movement, quick adjustments. It could be ambition, but it could also be like having to defend your position in some way. I'm also hearing credibility, so I want to say you are more than qualified for maybe something you are considering. It's justified, they're saying. There's something that maybe you needed to hear that. Like, it's justified. Your behavior, your actions, your routine. And they just keep saying, brace yourself for change. There's something around you that you might be in denial about, and they're saying, like, it's hard to hear, it's hard to accept, but it's true. So let's get into it. This is the 7 of Swords. So there might be some sneaky behavior or secrets that are revealed at this time. And maybe you've been intuitively picking it up and you're being confirmed through some sort of synchronicity, or you could be claircognizant, clairaudient, highly intuitive. So this could be you or someone else. You could be hiding something from yourself in denial, or you might be picking up on someone's lies, secrecy. And whatever this is that's being revealed to you, either about yourself or someone around you, I think it's someone else. It is supposed to push you to be your full self, to be fully embodied. So if you're taking it any other way, then that, you're not really accepting the lesson for what it is. So don't run away from this information. Embrace it and make sure that you're not shrinking down to meet others' needs or cowering. Make sure you are showing up fully and embracing your intuition, embracing what you know, especially if there are secrets being revealed to you. And I want to say it's justified, like you're worthy of the position you're in life. You are meant to know what you know now, so don't be in denial, right? So there's some sort of motivation to be willful and determined at this time. And maybe you create in some way, or you are an artist. And I think anyone, even if you're in like a medical field, if you rely on your intuition, I think for me, that makes you an artist. Even if it's like you're a dentist, the way that you approach the work and the care, the purpose you pour into it every day makes you an artist, because you are carving out a tooth, or you're giving love and care to something. And that's what an artist is. It's someone who works with their hands and gives love to a circumstance or situation or thing. So there is a level of detachment that is also required with effort. Make sure you're, I want to say, following the guidance, following your intuition at this time. Stay focused. Stay focused on whatever you're creating in your life. And if there's something outside of your control that's been sneaky or deceptive, you have to let it be. You have to let it be what it is. So that's where the detachment comes in. But that shouldn't take you off your path. You need to stay on path, stay on track, stay focused, stay willful. And I want to say you have more control than maybe you are giving yourself credit for. So only focus on what's inside of your control and let everything else be. So there is some sort of deep healing work, and this healing work is tied to your security, your self-security, and your finances, and it's going to pay off, and it probably already is. You might be feeling more secure, or like your needs are being met on a material plane, and it is because of like your hope, your faith, you staying committed to the deep healing work despite what was happening around you or despite your circumstances. So this is the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And it also makes you very shiny. It makes you very, I want to say, like obvious within your environment. So it's intentional, so you can't hide. So if you feel that you find yourself being the center of attention, it's because of whatever hope or faith or healing work you have done. I think healing work, like healing, it has such a bad like connotation, and that makes me so sad, because it's like an active choice, and it requires a lot of integrity, and it's not, I don't want it to ever be undervalued, because it, like, some people have to set boundaries, some people have to isolate, there's so many different ways to heal. And it takes a lot of courage and faith. And I think that you, Pile 3, deserve to feel secure. You deserve to have your needs met. And I just wish that people valued the word healing a little bit more. So I want to say your finances are healing, and they're improving. And again, feeling like your needs are met with ease. So this is moving beyond some sort of choppy waters or problematic situation into the calm, into the zen, into feeling like better times are ahead. And it has to do with family, it has to do with your money, and if you have like some sort of independent work that you do or business, it has to do with that. So make sure you're reflecting. And I want to say too, even reflect on what wealth is to you, what family is to you, what that looks like in your life, because this is what you're moving toward. And I think you want to have a very clear vision of what that entails and what you're entitled to. So someone is coming into some sort of money. You might be joining a new family, like through friends or through some sort of commitment. I'm going to get some clarifiers. Someone simply might be getting a new pet and just having the means to take care of that pet. You might be like given a new pet. I'm also hearing pen pal. Someone might have like a pen pal. Yes, someone is coming into some sort of gift, and it has to do with some sort of financial support. And it could be from a friend. It could be from a mentor. It could also be from a romantic partner. But I think for me, it's like, it could be a family member even, being supported in some way to help you move into better times. So make sure you're just reflecting. That's all Spirit is asking. Like, do the reflection, the self-reflection work. Look inward. And it's time to start acting as if. Make sure you're clearing your energy at this time. Let's get some clarifiers. Whatever this support is, you guys are going to be shocked. You're going to be a little stunned. Unless you already know that it's happening, and maybe we're already a little stunned by it. And I want to say it's because you've looked after something really well, and you've stayed 10 toes down in some way. So be open to receiving. Pile number 3. So the first card we have is Harvest. As the waves of the ocean are infinite, as the trees in the forest grow tall, let my work now bring me to harvest. I'm ready to receive my all. So someone who was down for the ride. You catered to a seed that grew into a huge garden or something like this. You're being rewarded for your efforts, and you're receiving some sort of harvest. Someone may write poetry as well. Someone may be a very good poet, because I feel like these words kind of stood out. I want to say address your insecurities around receiving what you deserve. Make sure you feel worthy to receive. I want to say get practical about your gifts as well, pile number 3. If you're some sort of talented person, artist, because it's time to shine in some way. And if you're being shy about it, you're not really respecting the gifts that God gave you. So we have be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more. So this is what I mean. Like, express yourself, express your gifts fully. Someone needs to carry around like a notebook to jot things down, or use your notes app. They're saying cater to your consciousness. So if there's like some sort of content or experience that you feel that you need that doesn't exist, like create it. Create it and express yourself. You might be seeing feathers as confirmation that this is your reading. Someone makes bread from scratch. So there is some sort of long-term rewards here for you, pile number 3. This could be an engagement. Someone might be getting engaged. This could also be just like a long-term contract, long-term rewards, something like this. Let's get one more. Okay, we have 3 cards. We have the fault line, the bridge, and the judge. So these 3 cards for me, they kind of tell a story of something breaking down and hitting a breaking point. And the beauty in breaking down is that you get to break through. And what that entails is being supported by someone else or something else. So there's a coming apart of something, so something else can come together. So you can be supported in a different way, the bridge. And the beauty in receiving is that it's not just a one-way street. It benefits both parties. Because a person who's meant to give, who's in a position to give, will benefit from helping and supporting someone else. And a lot of times that energy is reciprocated and it balances itself out over time. When we receive help, we usually get to then give help when we are up, right? And then we have the judge. So maybe you are someone who has learned along this journey of breaking down to break through, to receive this support, to come together. Maybe you have developed a really good sense of judgment. You might be a good determiner. You might be good at determining people's character. And it is important that you know who you're receiving from and know who your friends are, right? And to feel confident in that. So this judge card for me never gives like being judgmental, right? It's like discernment. It's being practical. It's reading the room and trusting actions over words, right? So I want to say there might be an ending of some sort of circumstance to bring together better relationships. And maybe you've learned how to see things a little bit clearer because of it. Okay, pile number 3, think of a question. The song that's playing now is No Stress by WizKid. Think of a question, and if anything that may have been unanswered, and if you need more time, pause this video. Your answer, pile number 3, is yes. And comment down below prayer hands if you resonated with this message and you do feel like you've improved your discernment within the recent years or months. And also to confirm that you're ready to receive your harvest or receive support. You're ready to express yourself to the fullest. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're digging the content. And check out our other content, pile number 3. Thank you for being here. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Look at my bestie. Let's admire her for a second. Yeah, she's beautiful. bottle. Hello, pile number 4. You chose the Vision Quest Tarot. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before we get into the message, especially at the end if it resonates. It really helps out me and the channel, and it means a lot to me. So before I get into the tarot, I always channel just a little bit. So be patient with me. Even the song that's playing right now is Pink and Yellow, and this looks like a sky, and when I hear this song I think about like looking up into the sky. So maybe you guys are looking out, contemplating. Maybe you're into like the constellations, astrology in some way, bird watching, take what resonates. I'm hearing masterful. So pile number 4, you may be reaching a level of mastery at something that you've been working at, or maybe you just like had a natural ability to do whatever this is, and you're reaching a level of mastery, self-mastery. I'm hearing dignity. Also beware of people who try to gaslight you out of what you know, pile number 4. Out of your perspective, out of your intuition, your intuitive knowing. There may be some sort of toxic relationships. Little Theo's in his bed. You may be like going around and around circles in some sort of connection that may not serve you. And Spirit is saying like partial commitments are always going to flop. Like they're never really going to work out. Like if two parties are only partially committed to one another, they have to be fully committed. So you might be cutting ties with something or someone, and it may require your willpower and determination. Pile number 4. Okay, so you might be having some sort of like full circle moment very soon. Here we go. The Spirit Guide is the first card. So I think that you are heavily surrounded by these, guides at this time, and it may be leading you and a group of people, or your friends or your peoples away from some sort of insecure circumstances or internal insecure beliefs or blockages. And I would say the guidance is to trust this pull in a new direction, or trust your intuition, because there may be a desire to be right and to stick it out to prove that you're right, and that is not going to serve you. And that may feed your insecurity more than it feeds like the vision quest, than it feeds the goal, the outcome. So make sure you're following the guidance and not giving into any drama, trauma, limitation, or insecurity at this time. Especially scarcity. You don't have to prove anything to be right. And maybe it's not even about being right now. It's not about knowing it all or being perfect even. So make sure you're following any guidance that's available to you. You might see animal synchronicities. Someone might be traveling. My readings are timeless, but maybe for the holidays, and you might see things on the road that give you confirmation. And they keep saying steer clear of the drama, pile 4. So this is the heartbreak card, the 3 of air, doubt. You're completing some sort of cycle that has to do with something that's been really heavy on your heart and creating doubt over your plans, over your life. And Spirit is reminding you to be proud of any, painful circumstances that surface, any memories, any difficulty that you may have recently experienced. Like, be proud of these lows, be proud of your wounds, your scars, because they're also a symbol of strength. And maybe you're finding more harmony after a period of doubt very soon. You may be celebrating even bouncing back from this scenario. And remember that the lows help us get in touch with our depth. So in one of the piles, I had mentioned like writing poetry. And I remember like in the beginning of my healing journey, I would write a lot of poetry because it was the best method for me to express any heartache or pain. And it felt the least direct, maybe. So make sure you're embracing these deep feelings and focus on, the harmony or the completion of whatever cycle. Focus on better times ahead, I want to say. So you have been experiencing some sort of transformation. This could be like the shedding of an old identity, an old life. It's not an easy transformation. And this may have forced you to face some of your fears. And our ego is always trying to protect us from experiencing things that challenge us in what we think will be negative ways. But sometimes those ego deaths or those big transformations, those big purges, life purges, help us conquer fear, right? So just know that everything's happening in the perfect divine timing. If you're feeling uncomfortable at this time, it's to push you into change. And I want to say it's not a time to feel defeated. If anything, it's time to let go of things. So if you're clinging on to the need to be right, or you're clinging on to anything, surrender. Surrender. And I would say face your fears, because you are completing some sort of cycle that is worth celebrating. It can be a very positive thing. You might find yourself doing more shadow work than normal. Don't resist change at this time. That would really be resisting facing your own fears. And right now is the perfect time to do this sort of work or to go through these changes. So if you're trying to say like, that's your excuse, is like, well, I'm not ready, or like, this is the worst time that this could be happening to me. Spirit's like, no, this is the best time. This is the best time. The song that's playing now is Down by Chloe and Halle. And it's just about embracing the lows in life and making the best of it. So don't live too far in the future and don't live too far in the past. Pile number 4. We have the Chaos card. This is our shedding of unstable foundations, imbalanced situations, going through triggers, going through huge life changes, and even chaos, right? And what may look for you, pile number 4, as something really bad or something you're not ready for is actually really good for you and is bringing you some sort of victory into your life. If you wanted to be recognized for what you do, that is what's next. So please don't obsess over right and wrong. Just embrace the changes and see triggers as opportunities, because this will be working out in your favor. Really ground your perspective at this time and let go of things that aren't serving you. If spirit is pulling it out of your life, if your spirit guides are moving you away from something, embrace it, because whatever needs to go, whatever you may have been obsessing over is blocking you getting to that victory. It's in the way. That's why it has to go. Right? So time to get into better alignment. Maybe you're meeting new friends, making new friends at this time. And maybe you're fearful that you won't be supported or protected along the way. And Spirit is like, we're with you. We protect you. And there's new friendships, connections coming in. So this could be like a friendship breakup. Let's get some clarity from the Oracle. Make sure you're not putting anyone or anything on any pedestals. You will be checked for doing that. That can be a form of obsession. Putting things up on pedestals or giving it more credit than it deserves. So that can also feed insecurity, feed like superficial contracts. Sorry, I dropped my cards. Even in this song, she's saying everybody wants the best for you, but you've got to want it for yourself. So I want to say again, just embrace the chains, embrace the triggers, face your fears, pile number 4. Someone needs a massage. So maybe you've gotten an opportunity to book one. Take the opportunity when you can. Remember that the body keeps score, as they do say, and that can be a way to release stagnant energy in the body. So we have grace. Grace, blessings come to me to set me free. So what may seem like, a lot of change is actually a blessing in disguise, and it's going to be a very graceful period that may bring you more blessings or more freedom than you're anticipating. So really lean in, surrender, let go of the need to be right. So we have rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. Don't overwork yourself at this time, especially if there's stressful circumstances. If you have a partner, let your partner take on the workload for a while, and then, you'll be back soon when you're more sturdy and empowered. Take some time out for yourself and make sure you're trying to have a very balanced schedule with yourself at this time, making space for relaxation. This card just says, nope, not today. So if there's something you have to turn down, an opportunity or, a friend, if there's something you need to say no to, this is your confirmation that no, this is not the right time. Maybe because you need a little bit more detachment or there's some sort of change that needs to occur before. And maybe your rest is just more important, So whatever it is, it should be easy. Whatever's on your mind at this time, it should be easy. It should move fluidly. Let's get more. Someone also needs to get outside. Maybe you may be lacking in vitamin D and it may affect your mood or your behavior at this time. So make sure you're getting outside in the morning, especially with the sun setting earlier. We have the Lover. Again, this kind of looks like a sun. There is some sort of positive embodiment of love that you either exude or that someone around you exudes. that may put you in this energy of feelings of like, I'm in love, or feeling admiration for others and love for others. So this is a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful, vulnerable, sensitive archetype to embody. It can inspire a lot of creativity, and it can also motivate our routines. So embrace this motivation, embrace the feelings of love in your life. You may see swans as confirmation that this is your reading, and also to embody more softness and more sensuality and passion in your life. Comment down below a swan if this reading resonated and helped you in any way, just to confirm that this is your message. There may be your partner, or someone you maybe romantically be linked to, maybe reaching out to you very soon. So expect a text or some sort of loving affirmation from this person. In the meantime, I want to say focus on whatever needs your attention. Face the fears and make sure you're getting things done when you're done resting. Again, move with grace. Don't force anything. Think of any question that may be unanswered at this time. Pause this video if you need more time to think of a question, and I'm going to get you an answer. Your answer, pile number 4, is no. And I hope that was a good no. Again, comment down below a swan, pile 4, if this resonated. And I'm going to wrap up this reading. Thank you for being here. Again, support the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, whichever you prefer. I thoroughly appreciate it. Thank you for being here, especially those of us that listen all the way through. If you listen all the way through, comment down below a diamond or a star emoji. The song that's playing right now is Shining Star by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And again, thank you for being here. You guys have a great day, night, evening, and I'll see you very soon in a vlog or again here in the live. Peace out for now. Ta-ta. Bye, y'all.